Avatars of Destiny. It's authored by Ess-Jee Rautenbach. Is a captivating novel that masterfully intertwines elements of fantasy and technology, really taking readers on an exhilarating journey into a world where magic and innovation collide. Now, Rautenbach's imaginative landscape is populated by vibrant characters and intricate lore, making it a must-read for fans of both genres. Now, at the heart of the story lies the concept of avatars. It's powerful beings that embody both magical prowess and technological sophistication, which serve as a bridge between the two worlds. Now, author Ess-Jee Rautenbach joins us this morning to perhaps give us a little teaser and explain further. Ess-Jee, good morning, and thank you for your time at the SABC at this hour.
Morning. It's amazing being here with you guys.
I mean, what a world you're allowing us to escape into. And obviously, you know, blending fantasy and technology in this latest offering, Avatars of Destiny. Talk to us about how this all came to be. What inspired you?
I think most of the time, you know, I've been a child. I loved like The Lord of the Rings and Narnia and Stargate SG-1. I'm also a lover of history. And I wanted to compile something that bring everything together. And I think that is what I wanted to bring. I'm also bringing a South African blend into the book as well. And I think the thing just took ground from there.
Because, I mean, the descriptive language, immersing us in that world is important. And I just wonder, approaching the, you know, building that world in Valoria, how you went about doing that. I mean, every nitty-gritty of details is important at this point.
Yes, for sure. I think I also usually starts with my first page, and from there the story just takes off. I think sometimes, you know, I'm a lot of my right brain, and, you know, just to bring that imaginative thing into this world, into the book, I wanted to do. And I think that's the thing. You know, if you just start to write and you bring that life inside of you outside, you know, the things just start to happen. Yes, and I think especially like Lord of the Rings and Stargate, and all those, can I say, fantasy works just captivated me to bring my own blend into the world.
Characters also go on that hero's journey, perhaps also overcoming their own inertia. Yes. I mean, this is a pertinent theme. So if you're going to look at your main characters, their unique abilities as well, what would they have encompassed for you?
So yeah, the unique abilities, I wanted to create characters that's a little bit different. So I think maybe I can just touch on each one of the characters quickly. The one character is Elara, and she's like an elf cyborg, something new. And then Zara is like a cyborg. And then I got Kael, he's like an old guy with a grey beard, he's like a mage. And then the last one is Thorne, he's like a werewolf type guy. And yeah, I just wanted to try something different and also cultivate different kinds of characters in the book.
Yes, because also beyond the fantasy and, you know, the employment of technology, I mean, it's nuanced, right? There's many layers to it. So if you look at the role of magic and technology, how that plays out in our real world and society at large, talk to us about the depth that you explore on that front.
Yeah, so what I wanted to do is to combine fantasy, sci-fi, and history. And I think that's the thing I actually took a chance with, just to combine that three elements, because sometimes you don't get it. You know, you get like the fantasy and like Lord of the Rings, the very basic, the technology, and then you get stuff like Star Wars, SG-1, Stargate SG-1, that's more the sci-fi vibes. And I wanted to combine both of them. And like the whole story unfolds in the book, you could just see how the fantasy and sci-fi collaborate with each other.
I mean, I wonder in terms of sequels then what you have in store, further adventures. I'm only asking this because you're obviously looking at that reading culture in South Africa or the world over. How do you think the uptake has been at large? Time, concentration, but just the consumption thereof, this world?
Yeah, I think me and a friend actually talked about it this week, as they, you know, Hollywood got all these big budgets, but it seems like the storyline, I don't know if our viewers watch like Marvel, DC. I'm like a big geek with Marvel and DC. And it seems like we're using the old narrative over and over and over. And I think we're in a time now we need more storytellers. Now, that's where I saw a gap in the market, you know, just to bring something different to the market. And that's what I actually tried, just to bring something different with a new angle into the fantasy genre. And that's why the Avatars of Destiny, the Quest for Reality's Edge, is the one of three. So there's 2 more coming next year. So it's just amazing how this world unfolds. So the first book is just giving our readers more or less a teaser from what's going to happen forward, and then book 2, and if we go more in depth into the characters and also into the world as well.
Yep, those are pertinent points, and thank you very much for raising it. I wonder even just, you know, the challenges that you would have had to incur along this journey. Time is a valuable commodity. So how long would this creative process have taken for you? And then if you're going to talk about adaptation as well with Hollywood, I mean, what are those options?
Yeah, I think my big picture, and I think maybe we could talk about it later as well, but my picture for a book is maybe get it into a movie one day, maybe.
Okay.
Always, you know, just to get a vision. And I think it's just to start off. Like I said, sometimes you start something, and I think many writers can relate. You know, you get like writer's block. And nowadays, we got so much amazing tools. I mean, we're going to new age of technology with the whole thing of AI. And, you know, if you can use that tools to your benefit, especially with brainstorming, writing a book, writing an essay, it's amazing tools you can use just to get through that essence. And, yeah, just to get through that writer's block. So for me, sometimes if I get to a place where I feel I'm blocked, I'll just stand up and go gym a bit, or, you know, just take a walk and then come back again. Because it's so weird how a story just starts to flow when you just get into a place and we take a break a bit and then you come back again.
No, absolutely. And I wonder through this entire process how you would have also been changed, the characters, anything that you're drawing inspiration from your own personal life story?
Yes, for sure. I mean, like, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm a life coach as well. So I think that life coaching element in here from the back that makes the book a little bit different is that, you know, after each chapter, there's a part I call from the author. And there, you know, the readers can do a bit self-assessment, they can do a little bit self-awareness, and I also put like a little bit of a summary in there, because sometimes what happens with fantasy books, there's so much going on in one chapter, you lose a bit, you know, where the story is going. And I wanted to bring a new blend. So always in all my books, I love my thing is self-discovery and how people finding their why. And that's a thing I also wanted to bring into my fantasy book, so that when the reader reads the book, they can associate with some of the characters. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's how you keep the conversation going. I'm going to have to leave it there for now. Thank you for joining us this morning and for chatting about your latest offering. Author, coach, speaker, Ess-Jee Rautenbach, talking to us about his new book. It's called Avatars of Destiny, The Quest for Reality's Edge.